So welcome you to yet another episode of Doordarshan Meghalay's Career Guidance program. I am your host Shweta, and today we have with us a very special guest. He is an actor and a YouTuber, and through his passion and hard work, he has been able to create a mark for himself in an unconventional career path. He has also mentored many aspiring YouTubers, and he is none other than Mr. Elizer Bareh. We welcome you to our show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm really happy to talk about the topic, career guidance.
So, can you tell us more about yourself? How did you get into this unconventional? Because YouTubing is not something that our parents would tell us. If you go and tell our parents that I want to become a YouTuber, that's nothing that they'll be happy about.
Definitely, yes.
So, with what skill sets did you come into this field? Could you throw more light on that?
So, firstly, I was a theatre student. I studied in Christ University. Then I had to come back to Shillong, and I love acting so much, and at that time when I came back there was no platform. And since I'm a guy who likes to stream and watch YouTube a lot, and I came with this idea, maybe I should do something. Maybe I should take a camera with my phone and start acting, because I love acting. And in the beginning it was just for the love, and I love doing that because there was a lot of problems basically, but then doing all of that I got out of those problems. I was happy, so that's how I started. And people start relating to my contents because I was being honest to my craft. I was loyal to my craft, and I started seeing good response. But then I was like, I'm putting up contents, but I'm not getting anything. And then I started researching, and I came to know that we can earn from YouTube. And then there's when I started pushing more, putting contents, and then funny ones, and then pranks and stuff. And then there's when I had to wait for some time to monetize my channel, because it's not easy as before. YouTube now, they have a lot of rules. So yeah, and then from there I had a plan, like since there's a lot of comments, there's a lot of response, maybe I should keep doing my thing. One day somebody might see me and I'll get a proper job, because at that time YouTube for me was really hard. So that's how I started.
Okay. When you decided to take up YouTubing, did you take it like a career option, or you did it because you were very passionate about it?
I would say both, because I was really passionate about acting, and I tried to make contents that can relate to people. But at the same time I thought of taking this beyond what I expect, like a full-time job. But then like I said, for me YouTube, I mean, if you're doing something which is very commercial, it grows very fast. But I'm a person who focuses more on the art, and I want quality, and I want to talk to people through my craft. So because of that I couldn't take YouTube as my career anymore, because now that I have a job which is in the same field with contents and films. So yeah, but then YouTube was all about passion. I was very passionate about doing anything, and just to make people feel good about themselves, and make them feel that, give them confidence, encourage them that it's okay to do something good. But yeah, I think that's how I take this as a passionate thing, not as a career anymore.
Okay. So for aspiring, there are many young people. Internet is so free and open. We can make use of it in whichever way we want. And I've come across many young people who want to take up YouTubing, vlogging, and want to make the best of social media. So how would you guide them to? What would be the first steps or the baby steps they can take towards this?
The baby steps of becoming a budding YouTuber is that you don't have to compete with anyone, and be loyal to your craft, and then the breach, which is very important.
Yes, a lot of
the breach ethics which is coming to YouTube. You can't just upload any content that will create a death row. We call it a death row in YouTube, where you get a a red flag, which they might remove your contents. Since there's this COPA new act, children, some children online protection act from 1998, and it's applying now. So before you make content, you should know that there's this act where you need to really marked if your content is a little, if your content is above 18 or above 16. So those are the things that is very basic. And yeah, and not to hurry things up, because the when you hurry things up, you become a different person. But if you take things slowly, let it be how it is, and focus more on your craft, I think eventually you'll grow. And I think it's always good to stay on your own lane no matter what. Even if you see that just because someone is getting a large view doesn't mean that, oh, I'm gonna give up. It doesn't have to be that way, because in a race you're going here, but then someone can overlap you. It doesn't mean you're not gonna reach the finish line. And it's not only about the finish line, it's about, you know, your passion and how you work on your contents. So it's very important. These ethics is very important, because you gotta work, and like I said, you have to be very loyal to your craft.
True. So, like you said, the ethics, it's very important to maintain and follow the ethics.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in your, process of being a YouTuber also, you have done your lot of research.
Yes.
I mean, it's a learning process.
Yes. Every day.
Yeah. So then, can you suggest any kind of, is there any online course that are available, or anything that a person can take up, to hone their skill sets, anything?
I mean, online, there's, again, YouTube right now is a big teacher to anyone. You want to cook, there's YouTube. You want to do anything, there's YouTube. So I would say that if you search for such content that you want to learn something new, there's always people that will help you from YouTube, and it's free, of course. But coming from yourself, your own skills is always the best. No matter how good you are or how you started, it eventually grows with how you master your craft. Like, even if you keep working every day, you'll eventually get better and better. So I think your own skill is way better than just learning from others. So yeah.
So often young people, they're influenced by Instagram, social media influencers, and they think, okay, let me also do it, you know. And after 1 or 2 attempts, they see they don't get a lot of views, and then they just give up, and So how do you think this can be coped up?
See, like, even for me also in the beginning, for me it was very hard, and I was happy no matter how many views I get, no matter what people say. I was really happy, because it was really slow. But to give up, it's not the right answer, because in life you have to be patient, and you just have to keep doing your thing, because there'll be a day that someone might just see you and they might like you, and you never know, you might end up in the biggest industry of content or of content creators or something like that. So I'm telling you guys, like, just slow it down, don't hurry things up, be patient, just keep doing your thing, because you don't know, there's always somebody watching you, and they will always like you, and they might just take you and hire you, and you can get a better job and a better platform.
So the mantra is to never give up and to be very consistent.
Yeah. Consistency is very important.
It's very important. So you have also mentored people.
Yes.
Recently you were part of one of MBDA's program where you went and mentored rural farmers.
Yes.
So that means it shows that this is not a field only for the urban population. Even rural people and even communities like the farming community or communities as a whole can also take this up as a profession. But again, the problem arises because there's no proper guidance mechanism.
Yes, true.
So what is your take on this,
I mean, the guidance is that, once you start YouTube, eventually you will know everything. the guidance is that main thing is just start a YouTube channel. After that, you can
You don't think too much.
don't
about
think too
what
much
is
what people will say or this or that. Just put it out there. It's gonna be scary because as a first timer, it's gonna be scary because it's not just the people who likes you will watch your videos. The whole world will watch your videos, and not everyone's gonna like you. So you just have to, first thing, the basic thing is just start a YouTube channel. Put that one video which you think you like, because whatever you do it first thing for yourself, and then you do it for the people who you think they need to hear that. So I think that is very important.
Okay. And can you tell us the pros and cons, the upside and downside of being in this domain? And how do you cope up with it? Of course, social media, like
Yes,
you said,
yes.
such a free and open
Yes.
platform. Anybody can come and, even the comments,
Yes.
sometimes can affect
Yes,
an
yes.
influencer. Has it happened with you? How did you cope up?
Yeah, I mean the pros is that you will do really good in life when you start working, and when you start working and start giving, and then people likes it, and then that's the pros, that you just feel satisfied that whatever you do they like it. But the cons are more rather than the pros, because there'll be bad comments, and there'll be obstacles, there'll be people throwing stones at you, but it's up to you, because people will come and consume your content for, like, even if your content is 10 minutes, they'll watch the whole thing, but they might say you're not good enough. So why do we have to give that attention towards those people? I think the best thing is you have to be positive no matter what. So as through experience, I mean, there's a lot from both end, from positivity and negativity. So yeah, but you must just just stay calm and not be affected by those things, because they're not anybody to you. Because like I said, once you put it out there, everyone's going to see it.
So
and
you have to be prepared.
you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared, like emotionally, mentally, and physically, because social media, it's not just like I said, not just one or two person that's gonna watch your content. So yeah.
So after you got into the field of YouTube, a lot of opportunities opened up.
Yes,
for
yes,
you.
definitely.
So could you tell our viewers what kind of opportunities await them, once they take the risk and become...
So the opportunities are always there. There's so many doors that will open for you. Even now, if you think there's no way that you can do anything, I mean, you're not doing anything, then how will you get that opportunity? When you do something, you're ready for that opportunity. So when you do something on YouTube, opportunities open, and you have to be really good, and you have to work really hard, because that's how the important people will watch you, or maybe just one important people who likes your content can just take you, and like I said, you might end up in a bigger platform and in a bigger job. So yeah, it's very important.
Okay, there are a lot of young people who want to start a YouTube channel, but then because they don't own they feel that owning proper equipments is very important, and sometimes they keep waiting so that they can buy good cameras or anything. So is it very important, or what is your take?
I mean, even I started my phone.
So you just with a normal smartphone?
I didn't have lights, I didn't have just a normal smartphone. Now smartphones are really good, the cameras are really good. What is important is content. Content is the king. Like, you know how to create a content, then I think that's more than enough. You've got it. But I don't think you need a good camera. When you start, you don't need a good camera. You don't need lights. All you need is confidence. You need personality. You need a camera, and address the fourth wall, which is the audience. And if they like you, they like you. If they don't like you, also just keep doing it.
So can you throw more light on what are the technical steps, I mean, you said that you did your research and then you monetized it. Many people are clueless about how to go about doing this. Could you guide our viewers aspiring YouTubers?
So first thing first is that you need to get those 1,000 subscribers as per the new rules. then you have to get 4,000 watch hours,
Okay.
which is not easy unless you know, if you're lucky with a good music video or something which can just go viral, then it's easy. But if you are independent, it's not easy, but you have to keep doing it to get those 4,000 watch hours, and then slowly you'll get an email that your video can be monetized. So once you monetize, say like, you will get again another letter where you will get this pin code, which is from the Google AdSense, where you can earn. So once you get those things, then once you get the pin, then they will ask you to give your bank account and so many things. And it's pretty simple, but for me also it took time to get all of those things. Like, I monetized fine, but I had to wait more than half a year to get that pin code, which will come from out of India, or maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, those are the basic steps. Main thing is you just need, first thing first is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Tell us about your journey towards getting those 4,000 watch hours. I mean, how did you generate content? Did you run out of ideas? What kept you motivated?
I mean, I took the how did I get it? It's just that I just took the real situations about my life, and then I started, you know, giving out to the audience, and they relate and they like it, and that's when you know that people are watching it. And let's say, like, you know, I had to wait. I'm not saying that immediately one content you'll get. I had to make more than 6 contents, then altogether it became 4,000 watch hours, and then slowly I started, you know, collaboration. I did a collab with different artists, and then there's when, you know, you gain more and more and more and more subscribers. So that's how I came up with this monetization.
So you are saying, like you mentioned, collaboration. That's very. It's in fact a strategy.
Yes, it's a very strong.
So what are the other kinds of strategy that you could advise to our aspiring people they may adopt?
The other advice.
In terms of your experience.
To get the 1,000 watch hours, or I mean the.
In anything.
In anything,
not
the
just
advice.
specifically to get the hours, but you know, to keep the channel running.
To keep the channel running is that, you know, when you make videos, just be yourself. You know, consistency is the key. You have to keep uploading, be it you get 100 views or whatever. But then there'll be a time that you'll get whatever you want. But, you know, don't hurry things up. It's not good to hurry things up just because, like I said, just because you see another YouTuber doing really well. Just take your own time, and yeah, that's pretty much. I think everyone can do it. If one can do it, then I think everybody can do it. So yeah, that's pretty much. And yeah, never give up, because you never know. Even there'll be a time that you feel like giving up. Even, you know, I went through those stages, like I need to give up, but then without giving up, the things open for me, and now I'm working with State of Mind in the same field of acting and film. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
You have to be consistent whatever you do.
Yeah, you have to be really consistent, and you have to work really hard, not just for the sake of for views or anything, but you have to really work on your craft, and to be recognized, especially so that people, like, you know, they will like you, is because your craft is so beautiful. Then if your craft is beautiful, then I think a lot of good amazing artists from outside or important people from Shillong will try to connect with you.
So you said that you have a background in theatre.
Yes.
So how did it help you in what you're doing now? What are the skill sets you would say that it has really helped you?
Yeah. So before theatre, I was a shy person, but then theatre taught me a lot, because the stage presence, the confidence, and that's how I applied it here as well on YouTube. Like, you know, I've experienced with 1,000 audience looking at us performing. So
from physical to virtual.
Yeah, virtual is much more easier because you're just talking to the camera. Later you'll know when you upload whether the people are watching you or not. But then because of theater, I think I've grown a lot, and I've got a lot of positivity from there, and try to apply it here and show some more positivity towards the younger audience, or maybe even the elderly people also. They kind of like the things I do, so yeah.
So, would you advise the aspiring people to take up theater or something like that?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think it's.
Or what are the other kind of skills you think they should develop?
I think it's high time to focus on art because it's slowly growing here in our state as well. So I would advise youngsters who loves to. If you see on Instagram, they love these TikToks, these reels. But if you take a course where you want to entertain people, I think you should go for theater, maybe music, or maybe anything which connects with art. I think they should because it's you know, this is the only way we can change the world, right? Through art, through music, through because there are people who like, you know, who can't speak up, but because of artists, like so many artists who can actually speak up for them. So it's very important with art because like I said, there are people who can't even open their mouths because they're scared, but because of artists, they can take those stories and start applying, and you know, and just make a film or whatever regarding that story of a person.
So, that what I mean, you know, as we have already mentioned, that social media and internet is such a wide and open space, and you can explore it in many ways.
Yes, yes.
But you know, up until now also, you know, when we talk about having a profession here, it still looked. People do think that they want to use this opportunity, but they are not very sure because there's a lot of hesitancy. What will happen? A lot of uncertainties prevail. You know, I might or might not be able to do. But you know, you get influenced very easily because media is there. But then once you get into it, then it's very easy to get discouraged. Also. So, what would be your word of caution here and word of advice?
See, every time I get discouraged when my contents are not doing well, or maybe I don't get a good response. But that doesn't mean that there's not there's no tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. I mean, today it's not good, but there's always tomorrow. You can just write another thing, do another, change the plan.
Keep experimenting with
Keep experimenting. I mean, just keep searching. Maybe you might not, suppose now you're singing and it's not happening, so change into something else. Maybe you wanna dance, you do it, and then maybe okay, it's not working, but then you start acting. I mean, you just keep searching. Once you find yourself, then there's when you will feel like you're on top of the world, because it's very important to, you know, to experience new things, especially when it comes to the field of media or anything which deals with social stuff. So it's always good to keep searching, to keep just, I don't know, just because once you find yourself, everything comes into place.
So how has been your finding process? How long did you take since you started your
my journey channel? Was very, I mean, it's a long story, but long story short.
For our viewers, so that they could at least relate from your experience.
So yeah, I was I don't want to say it, but yeah, I was a footballer professionally, and then something happened and I couldn't continue, and then I started singing, and then singing also was not good because I know people didn't give that response that I like, and then okay, I cut it off, and then I started going for dance classes, and but then acting was there for me, like side by side. So I'm like, maybe I should just give this one a try. And when I started acting, I knew that I had it, and I started loving it, and then there's where I found myself. So it's pretty a long story, but then I'm just giving those.
Yeah, so that means you did a lot of experimentation.
Yes, I did, and I'm not just saying with art, even with the hustle also. You know, I tried to make money with making beef pickles and selling out.
You have tried.
Yeah, I've tried many things. You know, as a human being, if you stick to one thing, I think your life is incomplete. But if you try new things, and maybe you'll be amazed with what you see.
Always be open to your surroundings and
Yes,
ideas.
yes.
That is the whole idea.
Yes.
How has been the support of your parents or your family in this regard?
They're very supportive, and I love them, especially my grandparents. Since I stay with them, and they are my close contact, they really support me a lot. And they usually, every time I upload a content, they would watch and they would laugh. Sometimes they would, they would say, "Don't do this, don't do that." But at the end of the day, they're very proud, and they encourage. Even my mom. My mom is the biggest thing to me, that she always tell me to, like, go ahead. Even if I keep changing stuff, she's always there for me to say, "Go ahead, son, just do your thing." Like, there's not even a day that they would say, "Don't do it."
So support from family is extremely important.
It's very important, because see, nowadays, especially the upcoming generations are very sensitive. So parents especially needs to be very careful, and they need to support their kids. Like, just tell them to do something instead of just closing the doors and not letting them out to experience new things. I'm talking about the good stuff, like, sports, music, anything. But I think, yeah, it's very important for parents to look into this.
To create a supportive.
Yes, to give them a strong backbone, because at the end of the day, they will make you very proud to all you parents.
So, it would have been very nice if you would have been able to continue this conversation much longer. So, to wind up, what would be your word of advice for aspiring YouTubers? I want you to address both the rural and the urban populace. Okay, and what are your basic word of advice for the people?
It's very simple. Just keep doing your thing. Keep working, work and work and work and work, and keep showing up. Keep showing up, and then just embrace whatever happens in your life. Cherish it, and things will happen. Eventually, things will happen, and don't give up. That's the main thing. Don't ever give up on yourself, and don't doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself, because you are a human being. I'm also a human being. So let's just work this together, and I know that everyone can come up with flying colors.
So thank you so much, Mr. Elizer, for sparing your valuable time. It was very nice having you on our show.
Thank you for having me.
And viewers, it's time to wind up our show, and as we all heard, never give up and never ever doubt yourself, whatever career option that you choose. Thank you so much for watching our episode, and we will come back with another episode of the Career Guidance program. Thank you.